Got a bunch of piss-taking bastards. Fucking hilarious. It's only my second beer, I'm not that pissed at all. Bit. I asked a question earlier. I wanted to do a Q&A video that wasn't necessarily about robots. And so far I've got an awful lot of people who've answered. So I'm running my phone because I can't do more than half an hour, so we're going to try and speed through it to see how we go. Okay, I might just pick out some of the interesting ones and do the other half later. Okay, let's see, good stuff. Jonathan Rasmussen, how handy are you around the house now that you have been at the painting thing for a bit now? Guessing the other odd jobs may have helped you gain skills alongside painting. I don't ever do any because we live in a lovely house and none of it really needs painting. And whenever stuff does need doing, we have a little man that comes around and does it, and we have a cleaner that comes around once a week. Paul Wardman. Paul Wardman may have done one or two of these because as soon as he saw that there was a question thing, he fucking flooded them at me, which Time Lord said would happen, and he was right, which is hilarious. And that's kind of what I asked for. Did you listen to other kinds of music aside from club dance music? Also, do you like bands who play dance music like The Prodigy? Do you go to gigs? What got you into music? The Prodigy started out making electronic music. The Prodigy didn't make band music until their second album, when they decided to make music they really liked instead of being into stupid teenagers. However, back in the day, The Prodigy were just a rave band and made rave music, and I fucking adore them. And the thing that actually made me fall in, there were two things that made me fall in love with music. One was, as you say, The Prodigy, who I was mildly obsessed with when I was a kid and was lucky enough to go and see them play with Enjoy on first, which just made me... I'm just making sure the camera's running. Yeah! I went to a Prodigy concert, I didn't have any confidence still, I just sort of stood there and went, I don't know what I'm doing. But I do remember it being just severely amazing because the bass was just great, and that was the other thing that made me fall in love with music, is because I got into bass music and put a subwoofer in my car and just enjoyed feeling the different notes make the car vibrate at a different rate, and you just feel it go. When I got the bigger subs later on, I had like 3 different sound systems, and when I got the proper ones with the nice amp, when that bottom note went through on dubstep and drum and bass and stuff, and the car just went, oh, it was good. That's what got me into music, and everything else sort of fell apart after that. Okay, David Tree, so we're allowed to talk about GoBots if you want to. Paul Wardman, do you have aspirations to travel and see more of the world? If so, where would you go? Would you give up a certain event to achieve this? No, I've got no ambitions to go abroad whatsoever. People tell me off all the time for it, saying there's a great big wonderful world out there that I'm missing. I'm sure they're fucking right, but I don't really give a shit what's happening 10 miles down the road from me. So I don't care about going abroad. The only thing I'd love to go to Canada, because I just want to go and play in snow for the day because it's fucking gorgeous, and hockey comes from Canada, and I just want to get a cheap shit pair of ice skates and go and skate on a big fucking lake and freeze my ass off for the day. That would be amazing. I'd love to see Niagara Falls. To be honest with you, the one thing that will make me go abroad, if I ever win the lottery or just go crazy one day because I'm terrified of the thought of it, is to go and see the Enterprise at the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum before it disappears. The actual, the Enterprise. I want to go and see that. There you go. Why doesn't my dad love me? Maybe you're a naughty chicken. Any favourite authors, comedians, actors, sports personalities? Authors, I've never read a book, dyslexic. It's just like reading an instruction manual. Can't read story. That's why I don't read comics, don't give a fuck about them. Comedians, love most comedians. Specifically, I like Sarah Milligan, who isn't so good now she's on telly, but back in the good old days when she was a bit more crude. I like the stuff when the cameras are turned off. She's really, really good. I like comedy generally. It's not something that I've ever got into enough, but I've been to comedy clubs a couple of times and had just an amazing time. and saw that Sean Hughes from back in the day is playing at a club locally, so I might look into going to do that. There you go. Marvel or DC, do you like both or equally, and why? Don't really give a shit, it's all the same to me. There's no difference, it's just the fucking same. It's Batman or Superman or Spider-Man or anything like that, it's all the same thing. It's just superheroes. They're really going to upset some people, but I don't give a shit. What funny voices, accents can you do? I do accents all the time. Ask Mrs. Grimlock, my northern accent is brilliant. I do Welsh with Brad a lot, and I really enjoy it. And he joins in with me, and we talk like this for a while. And I know it's like borderline racist really, but I don't give a shit because it's fun. And I do the Hooded Claw voice all the time, especially since someone said that they liked it in my video the other day. Hooded Claw stroked Soundwave from Dark of the Moon. I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time. And all that stuff. Favourite Trek series and character? Oddly, Voyager and Catherine Janeway. It was at a time in my life when I needed something cool to watch. And that was Voyager. And I've only seen 2/3 of it. I haven't seen all of the last couple of series. Oh, telly's gonna shut itself down. Not now, it's not. Voyager, love it, brilliant. Just so good. I watched all of the Next Generation, all of it in 3 months. And I was very pleased with myself, but I would absolutely just chomp at the bit for the whole of Voyager to watch from beginning to end in a couple of months. Why did you stop DJing? Because all my friends stopped DJing and an event happened a while ago that made me lose my confidence, and with other people that weren't doing it, it just faded out, and without the other 2 people that I used to make it with, we all had our thing when we used to make music. Go really businessy and serious and going, oh, let's be at the studio on time, oh, let's be at the club early, oh, let's make sure we're there, and have you got everything before we leave, and all that stuff. And the other 2 were just like, oh, let's get fucked, get rocking, because that was good in clubs. So I wasn't the fun one, other people were the fun one, and without the fun one, my serious stuff just didn't work. I miss it more than anything, actually more than anything. Favourite soft drink? I'm off soft drinks, I'm not drinking them anymore. I love Coca-Cola, I love Coke Zero, I could drink it for the rest of my life, it's brilliant. But the only time I have it now is with Jack Daniels. And to be honest with you, the only time I've had it with Jack Daniels was at Auto Assembly, where I did the whole bottle on the weekend. So I've had quite enough at the moment. I'm enjoying beer, I'm not really a beer person, I've never drunk beer. Drinking beer. 8 minutes 41. Favourite movie genre? Comedies, but there aren't enough of them that I've liked recently. I really like sort of stuff like Bad Boys and kind of that sort of stuff. But I like science fiction films. It's just what I watch. I like them. I like cartoons mainly. So I'm watching Legend of Aang, The Last Airbender at the moment. It's the best thing I've fucking watched in ages. Go and watch it. It's on Netflix, and Legend of Korra. What's your most expensive parking speeding ticket? I've only ever had one, which I didn't actually get a ticket. I just went to the driver awareness course, which cost 90 fucking quid. What's your earliest childhood memory? Crying my eyes out as my mum left me while I was going to school. That's probably it. I don't really do memories. I've not got many of them. Weird. What shit memory, but that's what it was. Nope, gonna do it. Matt Clark telling me off, saying that it's a bad idea and people are going to spam me. He was absolutely right. Well done, thank you. He's going to ask me for another one. Will this video be less than 10 minutes by Matt Clark? Haha, funny, I said a comment a little while ago and then everyone's fucking ripping the shit out of me. You're all wankers. Especially Dodie, who actually pulled me up on it, which I've got a lot of admiration for, and I have spoken to him about afterwards. We had a lovely conversation. Big up the Dodie, you fucker. I am making up for the fact. Will this video be less than 10 minutes? And then Pred says I'm making up for the fact that he's too wasted or swamped by people to get a decent chat with him, which I think means Auto Assembly, because when I wasn't in my room, I was just surrounded by people. It was a very weird experience. It made the whole thing go by in about 30 seconds. I've never had it before. Do you play any other sports aside from hockey? No, trust me, when league time kicks in between doing kids on Saturday, games on Sundays and training on Wednesdays. That's quite enough for the moment, thank you very much. I don't want to do anything else. What was your favourite kind of penguin? Cold ones? Ones that transform, break. Actually, my favourite penguins are probably the ones from the Batman film, when you had Danny DeVito as the penguin. That's my favourite penguin. Ever lived abroad? Ever lived abroad? Furthest I've ever been in fucking ever is probably Basingstoke on my own. No. Best and worst job. Best job was a shop called Offbeat Sports where I sold ice hockey equipment and skateboards. I did it for 9 years, which was about 8 years too long, but I loved every single second of it. It was just the genesis of me being monstrously broke and that. Worst job I ever had was Total Fuels, and it was the predecessor to a very poor life event, and it was that bad that it really, really fucked me up. It was just disgusting, and I will never forgive myself for being there as long as I was, because it was terrible. The world is ending in 24 hours. What do you do? I feel like I'm on a first date. Hey baby. Wank myself to death. Just lock myself in the fucking house and cover myself in dirty robots and masturbate to porn. Well, I'm playing with like this year's AA hall. I get on my movie robots out. I could sit and fucking transform all of my Optimus Primes from whatever they are into what they're going to be and then die in 24 hours. I can't think of anything better. Legs, breasts or ass? Ass. Absolutely ass. 100%. Brett does actually justify himself by saying, not sexist, just asking what the man prefers. We all go for one over the other. It's all about the ass. Ass attached to legs. That's just from the top up. Could be a bloke. Who gives a fuck? It's all about ass and it's all about legs, and I work in a place where I see plenty every day at the moment. It's just great. If you could speak to one person, alive or dead, from any time period, who would it be? I don't know. I have lots of people that I admire. I don't really think that I've got anyone that I'd specifically like to... Peter Cullen. I'd just like to have a chat with him. And I'd like to know if he's actually really genuinely aware of what he's created. That's a horrible answer, but that's... I'd just like to sit down and have a chat with him because he just seems like someone you could have a chat with. Do you regret posting this? No, it was great fun. It just kept me occupied, it was wonderful. Have you met the person... Oh, fucking hell, Paul. Jesus H. Christ. Have you met the person you think you'd want to be with for the rest of eternity? Yeah. Door to door and phone salespeople. Sent from hell or just doing their job? I was a phone salesperson and I'm specifically sent from hell to make your life a fucking misery. There's some anthrax in the post. It is horrible. I did say it was a bad job and it really fucked me up. I hated doing it. It was horrible. And trouble is I was alright at it. Horrible. Do you like reading superhero comics? Comics? No. Just no. Ian Payette that was. Hey, what's up? I got a picture of you smiling. It's like the only one. I got one of Carl as well. Oh, it's got a gift for it. Favourite colour? Blue. In any other instances of good versus evil, do you root for the good guys or the bad guys? Again, Paul, Pred. The good guys, I'm a pussy. I know I'm a pussy, I'm quite comfortable with it. It's okay. I always root for the good guys. Ben Watson, what's your favourite sci-fi film? Not Trek. And have you ever read any sci-fi novels? The only sci-fi novels I've read are Aliens vs Predator, which is the original graphic novel, and The Last Stand of the Wreckers, and the Ninja Turtles when I was a kid. I had all 4 of the novels, and now I wish I knew where they were, because they'd be like my treasured possessions. 15 minutes, I'm halfway through. Not Trek film. I'm very embarrassed by some of these. Recently I have absolutely fallen in love with Pacific Rim. I do really, genuinely love it. Trouble is, my favourite film is The Wrath of Khan. If I had to watch one film for the rest of my life, what would it be? It'd be The Wrath of Khan. But I love Independence Day. I fucking love Independence Day. It's just brilliant. There's loads. Like, just that specific 90s, sort of late 90s, early 2000s sci-fi genre. Just the movie that I put on most just to sit and watch is either Dark of the Moon, Star Trek The Wrath of Khan, or Pacific Rim. Boring. Helen Worley, Why Are You Such a Cunt? If you're good at something, you've got to make the most of it. That's from Gerard as well. Aww. What equipment do you keep with you at all times? My wallet, my phone, and my keys. And every time I get up to do anything or go anywhere, I go wallet, phone, keys. Because I lose them all the time. It's only when I get home that I'm in trouble. If I'm out and about, I'm the safest man in the world. As soon as I walk through the front door, that's it. It's out the fucking window. Do you have any pets? Oh, no. Have you ever knowingly sold fake designer handbags to a Chinese tourist? Yes, haven't you? Come on, get on with it. School, did you like it, hate it, or somewhere in between? Hated every fucking insipid, vile second of it. And no, I did not like it. It was poor. These people who sit there and go, school was the best time of your life. Cunt. Do you have any pets? Mum has a cat called Frisbee. We've always had cats. They had a dog when I was young. Apparently Dad's offended that I don't remember the dog. It was called Shane. I remember we had a dog. I don't remember any affiliation to it. I'm not really an animals kind of person. I will, when I ever get my own place, have a cat. When you buy a movie, do you check out any of the special features, or is it just the movie you're interested in? I do like the special features. I really like the special features. I actually sit on YouTube sometimes and I look up the special features from other films that I haven't even seen or something like that. It's just genuinely interesting. I would love to know what the special features are like on the expensive DVD of Revenge of the Fallen, because the ones that I've got on my disc might as well not be in there. They're dog shit. I like documentary stuff about stuff that I like. Movie remake. More Paul. This is all Paul. I'll tell you when it's someone else. Movie remakes, yay or nay? Yeah, why not? As long as it's bringing something new to the table. I mean, we've been remaking stuff for absolutely ages. There is a finite amount of stuff in the world, and there's a finite amount of ways that you can tell that story. Now, it may be easier with the better the storyteller, but ultimately there are only a few real legitimate stories. And they're all regurgitated versions of one another. Action film, monster movie, love film, blah blah blah. So, yes, I think we have to. I think what we have to avoid doing is just making the same film again using modern technology. Let's not do that. What song would you, Bill Ledson, what song would you like to take part? What song would you like to take apart and re-edit in true Smuzno style? Or what annoying song would you like to destroy in Smuzno style and make better? I don't hate a lot of films because I learnt... Films? What a wanker. I don't hate a lot of songs. If you make music and the music works, people want you to go and make music for them or with them. And DJ and just be around music a lot. You do suddenly learn that the music that you love gets very boring quickly unless you listen to other music. And for kids out there that go, no way man, I'm going to be rock forever. You're not going to be rock forever. You're just fucking not. You're going to be rock forever as long as I can listen to something else occasionally, because if I listen to the same music all the time for the rest of my existence, you'd be a boring bastard. Be open-minded about things. I don't have a song that I'd love to take apart. There are songs that I would love to have been part of writing. There are songs that I would love to have been there when it was being created, or listen to the vocalist do the... That's what I would do. I don't want to be given the ability to take it apart, because if you love something and then take it apart and make it your own, that makes you a horrible person. Why would you want to do that? Just enjoy the song that you love. But there are times that I would have loved to have just been there listening to the conversation in the studio that day or something like that. Just see the vocalists normally banging the producer. Because I've never done that. Favourite season, time of year? Winter. Like winter. I like the hot's nice, but I don't get on with it very well. It's really hot. What was the most challenging, life-changing experience since you started doing YouTube? I had a really horrible nervous breakdown in front of all my friends at a birthday party. It was a proper one, and I was a gibbering wreck, and it took me until about maybe 6 months ago to get over it, which would be 2 years. It was all about me. I'm a mental. There you go. That was Sammy Sedak, by the way. Thank you for that. Bill Letson. On a previous Q&A you said, oh, fucking hell, people who've watched other stuff. God, wow. Previous Q&A, you said you would have loved a mask Thunderhawk. Still would, amazing. And a Rhino. Paint it like Optimus Prime, and then paint an Optimus Prime to look like Rhino and just be like, oh, worlds collide. What other toy icons would you have loved as a kid or now? I would love all my Star Wars shit back, because I've really fallen in love with Star Wars again now. But what I really want is an AT-AT walker, because it's just great. It's just brilliant. Love it. George Miku. What is opinion on East Europe? My opinion is, if I say anything, I'll get in fucking trouble. I think it's nowhere near as one-sided as the news depicts it. And I really think that if we send troops in, we are just... I think that the people need to sort their own fucking shit out, and I'm not saying that as in we don't offer assistance. We'll offer whatever assistance it is we need to offer. But you can't stop people fighting that want to fight. And I don't mean they be like, yeah, oh, let's go and have a fucking fight, because I've seen how bad it is. I watch lots of source fed and stuff like that. I keep an eye on what's going on. I've seen how bad it is, I know. But that doesn't change the fact that the core problem is there's a very small amount of people who have a very extremist idea. And as long as that perpetuates, you cannot get rid of the problem. I'm sorry. You need to change the actual theology of what's happening, as opposed to the reaction of what's happening. Are you still in touch with people you knew through childhood? No. Through Facebook. Facebook doesn't really count. I have the occasional hello and see them in the occasional nerd meeting, like the things around the corner where they have Doctor Who there and stuff like that. 24 minutes, fuck. No, only Dean. I say my Dean then, that's weird. But Dean is my best mate, and I met him when he was 12 and I was 13. And we've just been a pair of fucking children ever since. It's brilliant. Bill Lidson, what got you into ice hockey? There's a young man who lived at the top of my road called Matthew Titheridge. Matthew Titheridge played ice, I played roller. It's like ice, it's the same. And I used to see him roller skating and wanted to start roller skating, so I got a pair of skates for my 13th birthday. And then I've been ever since, because it's just great. And oddly now, one of the guys that I play with, Carl, is married to the older sister of the lad that got me into playing. So and her son now plays for us, so I get to coach the son of the reason why I play hockey. Is that amazing or what? I fucking love that. It's great. I only thought about that today when I saw one of the questions and just thought, I love that. Kids can't leave school until they're 18 now. Fucking I didn't know that. Do you think they should change the drinking age to 21? No, I don't think they should change the drinking age to 21. I think staying at school till you're 18 is amazing, because I know so many 16-year-olds that have no place in society whatsoever and just can't talk to people, be it verbally or written communication. They just have no social skills whatsoever, and I want to bang their heads together, little fuck. Would you ever go on a TV quiz show? Fuck yeah. Dream job, radio DJ. Do you build any other model kits other than Star Trek? I built a couple of tanks and stuff like that, but no, I really want to just build Star Trek stuff. I want to build stuff that allows me to expand my painting ability. What I really want to do is a figure like a Hulk or a Wolverine or something, and then build the colours up to make the muscles look bigger because they're darker in the middle and lighter at the top. That's what I want to do. What is in your pockets right now? A lighter. Do you take pity on or fear the night walker who does a full shop at the 24-hour Tesco at 3:30 AM when you go in for sweets, bread or pot noodles? During my DJing days, I was the night walker. Because at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning when you come out of the club, your brain's in backwards. How many, Brad Rhodes, that last one was Stuart Blythe. How many trinfnickners in a cricket? 74. Who do you prefer out of Snooker or Dorian? Snooker's got more balls. Claire Rogers, favourite sex toy? Fist. Dodie, have you ever heard a question that made you start to think about that question, and ever since you had heard that question you have wanted to get to the answer to that question, but when you became so disappointed cause you... Fuck off, Dodie. What the fuck was that? It's on the page, go and have a look. I can't answer it, I don't know what it means. What cartoons did you watch as a child? Ulysses was amazing. Transformers was amazing. Anything with cartoons was just pretty much amazing. I used to like G-Force. I remember as a child, G-Force was just the dog's bollocks. I'm turning this off and I'm going to start